Good evening. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to talk about, we're going to give new tips. Let me say birth or delivery tips for new moms. So there are a few items that you're supposed to have in your hospital bag, and I'm just going to randomly take you through the items that you really have to have in your hospital bag. So the first item that you need to have is actually carry clothes for babies. I just wrote a few things down because I didn't want to forget, so that's why I'm looking down. So you need to have clothes for your babies, and when I say clothes, I mean maybe you need to have an example of have a onesie, number one, then have a romper. Actually have the really warm ones because you need your baby to really stay warm. They just came out of the womb, so they still get affected by the harsh cold outside. So you need to have a really warm romper, have a onesie, have maybe some warm mittens or just some really little cute ones, and also have some warm and some fluffy feeling socks. Yes, and also another thing that you need to have for your baby is also a swaddle cloth, or what some people call a baby shawl. Apart from baby shawl, you can also have maybe another cloth also to use to cover your baby. So those are the few items that you need to have for the baby, and of course have a small hat for the baby because you need to cover their head maybe for a while. I feel it's necessary, and this applies to maybe hospitals whereby maybe you won't receive these items from the hospital. Like in my case, I gave birth at hospital names Plainsview Nursing Home, Ruiru. That's the place I had my delivery. So you need to have the clothes in your bag. So maybe contact your hospital first to find out if they're giving the clothes or not, because I found that some hospitals like Gertrude, sometimes MP does give the baby clothes. They'll have the first dress for your baby or maybe the first clothes after the delivery. So just find out from your hospital and see if it's a key item for you to have in your hospital bag. And then apart from the baby clothes, number two thing that you need to have is of course for you need to have an extra outfit that you'll change maybe after the delivery. And when I say an extra outfit, you need to have maybe an item like maybe a dera, which is just a free dress that will just make you feel really comfortable even after delivery. Or you can as well have any free dress that is not a dera, just maybe a short little dress that gets maybe up to your knees, that will still keep you comfortable even after delivery, because you'll still have maybe a bit of a feel of still being pregnant in your stomach, so you don't need something that will really press it. Okay, so the third item that you really need to have in your hospital bag is of course a nipple cream. When I say a nipple cream, you need something just to really smear on your nipples that after the delivery, because the first time your baby suckles or latches on your nipples, you'll have to get that maybe a break on your screen somehow. I think it's really painful. Like in my case, I really had a bad time with it. It went for like a week and after, and at some point I had to order the nipple cream because I didn't have it in my hospital prior. So this is just a tip for you guys. You need to really have it with you. The next thing that you really need to have, I think number 4 now, it's a cotton. So cotton wool is something you really need to have in your bag. Just have the cotton because you need it to wipe your baby. The first or second bath that the baby is taking, you're really advised by the hospital to just take a cotton wool to just wipe maybe in between their legs, wipe the armpits or maybe the hidden areas if you don't want to wash your baby in full. That is maybe the first day, the second day, maybe probably the third day you can wash your baby depending on maybe the doctor's advice or how you deem necessary. Yes, depending on how you see the baby doing. The next item that you really need to have is, guys, just allow me to go through my notes a bit just to see if I forgot something. You really need to have like a nursing bra, because of course after doing the delivery you won't be able to wear the normal bras, so you need a nursing bra that you'll just be able to use to access the nipple really easy when you need to get the baby latching on your nipple. So have the nursing bra with you. And also you need to maybe have nipple shields. Some people do have them, though I didn't have a nipple shield, and this is usually necessary for maybe the new mothers that don't have your nipple forming very fast, or maybe your nipple looks flat. You need a nipple cream or a breast pump, of course, that will help to give your nipple shape so that your baby can really latch easily and have that access to the milk very fast. because when your nipple is flat, the baby will be struggling, and that will mean that the baby will be fussy for a while till your nipples really form. So you need to have the nipple shields that will make your nipples form shape, and also number 2, it will help prevent the, maybe, what do I call it, the breakage, the crack on your nipple that sometimes happens because the baby is just starting to latch. Another thing that you really need to have in your hospital bag is, of course, have hospital panties. Guys, if I say hospital panties, you need something that is really comfortable, something that feels really soft and cotton-like or kind of meshy, but still will accommodate your stomach and be really comfortable when you wear it around. And this is necessary because when you wear the pads after the delivery, you need something to hold them in place. Or maybe if you're putting in a cotton, some people use a cotton, which I didn't use myself. But if you prefer using that, or maybe the maternity pads, then of course you'll need to have something to hold it in place. So you need to have the hospital pants, or I don't know what they are called, the big adult panties that are really comfortable. And of course, if you went for a CS, it's something that will not be able to press on your stomach, because you need to keep that place really free and just comfy for a while till it heals. Okay, so the next item that you need to have in your bag is actually, we said the, what do we call it, just give me a minute. Of course, you need to have the maternity pads. And the maternity pads in this case, maybe you'll receive them from the hospital sometimes. And like I said, you need to find out if your hospital will be providing this. If they are not, then of course you need to have it in your bag. Because if you don't, trust me, I'll be able to just place an order maybe after, and maybe get them if you won't have carried them, because they are really necessary, guys. It's really necessary. And then the next item that you need to have in your hospital bag is, of course, you need to have a toothpaste and a toothbrush, because you'll be spending at the hospital. Like in my case, I stayed in hospital 3 days after the delivery, and I was released on, I think, the 3rd day. Yes. So if you're going to stay there for a while and your hospital is not going to provide the small toiletries, I think you need to have them. And the next item now brings us to the next item, which is toilet soap. Just have a mild toilet soap in your bag that you can use to take a shower after the delivery, if you'll be staying in the hospital for maybe a day or 2. Yes. And the next item that you really need to have is, of course, have lotion. Lotion for your body, or body cream, or something that you need to use for oiling up after the shower. So it's really essential to have it in your bag. And you also need to carry a mild roll-on, or what we call a fragrance, because you'll be sweating a lot after the delivery. It's not easy, guys, so you need to carry something that will keep you fresh and smelling good throughout the whole process. And just remember to have a mild one, because the baby might be affected by the strong smell if you carry a fragrance that is really strong. So just have a roll-on, don't have like a perfume or anything. And of course, I mentioned the breast pump is really important, because it will assist in helping the nipple forming into shape after you give birth, because sometimes you give birth and you have a flat nipple. So if you have that, you need to have what we say, the nipple guard, which will help you shape up the boob, or also have what we call a breast pump. You can either go for an electric one, or you can have a manual one. Yes, so have it ready in your hospital bag. And I also mentioned the hospital panties. If you can't have the mesh or the cotton ones that you can purchase, you can as well give the ones you can use and throw instantly. Like, they are called disposable panties. I think they are sold on Jumia. So you can just go ahead and check the pricing and also see, because the quantity goes with that. The pricing depends on the quantity. Yes. And another essential item that you need to have, I think for me, I bought Johnson. I also bought Ballet, the oil for the baby, but they didn't work. So I just try to get something that maybe you'll apply on the baby. So right now I'm using a Remus on my baby. It's working perfectly. So just find something that will work for your baby and just have it in your bag, or maybe at that time, or maybe after, because it's essential. And of course, the last item before we wrap up the video is carry your documents, or what we call anything that captures your pregnancy history. And in that case, number 1 is, of course, your clinic book. Is really important, because the doctor that will be assisting with the delivery will need to check your pregnancy history according to the book. And maybe if you are not visiting that particular hospital for your clinics, the monthly clinics, then of course you'll need it, because that information is really essential. And another item that you'll need, of course, for the payment, if you're going to pay cash or you're going to pay NHIF, or you have any other kind of an insurance, card, you need to have it with you, because you'll need it over there. And maybe, now let me see, there's also a scanning document that you need to have with you, because like mine, they attached it on my clinic book. So it's important to have it with you, because it will also give the doctor a rough idea to see how the position of the baby was during the pregnancy. Let me give you an example. You find some cases whereby during your scans at the hospital, there's a point the doctor says that the baby is not properly placed, and maybe they're giving the baby time to see if he'll turn in due time. Or if the baby is not breached, probably the baby is properly placed, the head is right near the cervix area, where now the pregnancy goes down and the baby is ready to come out, but you find that the umbilical cord is wrapped around the neck of the baby. So in that case, it means that that is important information that the doctor should have during checkup for your scanning. They should have it documented in that particular scanning document. So you need it during the day that you're giving birth. It will give the doctors a rough idea to know whether you need a normal delivery or what we call CS. Yes. The last item that you'll also need to add on is something just to protect your hair, because you'll be sleeping at the hospital. So you can have a bonnet or something. Some people call it a headgear for sleeping. Yes. And of course, yeah, basically that's it. And another thing before we wrap up the video, guys, I think I really like talking about the items that you need for your baby, because I went through a rough patch when I was getting into this, because I didn't know so much. So with the help of my sister and maybe a few friends around me who could tell me here and there things to know, and also Google stuff from the internet, and also watch videos from YouTube, I was able to learn a lot that I couldn't just know out of the blue. So it's important, if you're a new mom and you're going for a hospital delivery or whatever kind, whether it's normal that you're planning for or a CS, it's important that you find out a few things, just research here and there, just to have first-hand information before you get into the process. So for me, I'd really prepared for a normal birth. I got there, my plans didn't go as I had arranged for them. I had planned for a normal birth, but then when I got to the hospital, I was really having serious cramping, contractions. So when I got there, my doctor just tried to, I don't know, it's called measuring or what. So they check if you're almost there or not. They found that, what do you call it? The dilation was only at 2 centimeters at that time. And they say that the recommended threshold is, I'm not sure, guys, I think it's between 7 to 10 or 8 to 10 centimeters that you're supposed to dilate before you give birth. So if you don't get that kind of dilation, my friend, you're going to stay there for God knows how long. So I spent the next 2 days just being there because I was not dilating properly. But with the help of the doctors, I was able to get out of it. And maybe on the 3rd day, I was scheduled for a C-section. I went for a C-section that took basically around 30 or 40 minutes. Then I was done and out. I got placed in the hospital at the Plainview Nursing Home in Ruiru. I stayed there for the first day, the second day, and the 3rd day. For these 3 days, they use those days to stay close to you, to monitor how your wound is doing, and also monitor how the baby is, given that it was done through a CS. And maybe they check the baby's vitals, they check the blood level, like hemoglobin. They also check the temperature of the baby on a daily, just in case they're having fevers or anything. So that particular 3 days is actually just to monitor you and the baby. And mostly it's for the wound that is on the, what do you call it, the cut around your stomach. So they'll use the 3 days just to monitor how the cut is doing. The first time you get a wipe, I think it's with iodine, I'm not sure. There was a solution that looked a bit, was it pinkish, purplish, that you use to wipe the cut around your stomach. And then they give you antibiotics to just take antibiotics, tablets, and you also take some painkillers. And also, I think there was another 3rd drug that was used just to expedite the healing process. So actually I was taking 3 different types of tablets. during my stay over there, and then they also put you on a special diet for the 3 days. So yes, that was basically my experience with childbirth, and also tips on what you should have in your hospital bag. So if you're a new mom, guys, do not be scared, we got you. This video is just to give you more information about what you should carry. So if you have any further questions or anything you want to add in this particular video, kindly just put down your question in the comment section and I'll be able to address it, guys. Without any further ado, I think we'll go and end the video right away. So guys, love you, bye.